Did you know that your breakfast, the most important meal of the day, could be increasing your risk of mouth cancer? Shocking, right? But don't worry, we're here to help you navigate this. In today's video, we're going to uncover the truth about 5 common breakfast foods that can raise your risk of mouth cancer. So, if you're munching on a breakfast sandwich or sipping your morning coffee, you might want to put it down for a moment. This is information you won't want to miss. Before we dive into the breakfast foods that could be putting you at risk, let's take a moment to understand what mouth cancer is. Mouth cancer, also known as oral cancer, is where a tumor develops in the lining of the mouth. It may be on the surface of the tongue, the insides of the cheeks, the roof or floor of the mouth, the gums or the lips. Now, you might be wondering, what does my breakfast have to do with this? Well, research has shown that diet plays a significant role in cancer risk. In fact, certain foods, especially those consumed frequently, like our daily breakfast, can increase the risk of developing mouth cancer. So, what are these risky breakfast foods? Let's find out. Picture this. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is shining, and the smell of sizzling bacon wafts through your kitchen. Sounds perfect, right? But what if I told you that this seemingly innocent breakfast staple could be increasing your risk of mouth cancer? Processed meats like bacon and sausages are often a go-to breakfast choice for many of us. They're convenient, delicious, and let's face it, they make our mornings a whole lot better. But here's the kicker. These meats often contain nitrates and nitrites, chemicals used to preserve the meat and enhance its color. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about nitrates and nitrites? Well, when these chemicals enter our body, they can form harmful compounds that damage our cells. Over time, this cell damage can accumulate and increase our risk of developing mouth cancer. But wait, there's more. When we cook these processed meats at high temperatures, like when we fry bacon or grill sausages, it can lead to the formation of certain chemicals known as heterocyclic amines and polycyclic amines. These chemicals can further damage the cells in our mouth and throat, thereby increasing our cancer risk. Moving on to our next culprit, fried foods. Now, who doesn't love a good plate of crispy, golden brown hash browns or a warm, fluffy donut in the morning? But here's the hard truth. These fried delights could be doing more harm than good. When starchy foods are cooked at high temperatures, like during frying, a compound called acrylamide is formed. This includes fried potato products like hash browns and potato chips. Acrylamide has been found to be carcinogenic in studies done on rats. The International Agency for Research on Cancer considers it probably carcinogenic to humans. According to a 2020 study, acrylamide damages DNA and induces apoptosis, or cell death. Eating a lot of fried food also increases your risk for type 2 diabetes and obesity. These conditions can promote oxidative stress and inflammation, further increasing your cancer risk. Overcooked foods refer to foods that are cooked for too long or at too high a temperature, regardless of the method of cooking. This includes foods like toast, roast potatoes, chips, and even some vegetables. Overcooking can also lead to the formation of acrylamide. However, it can also produce other harmful compounds like heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, especially when the food is charred or burnt. While both fried and overcooked foods can lead to the formation of acrylamide, overcooked foods can also produce other harmful compounds depending on the degree of cooking and charring. Both can increase the risk of mouth cancer, but they do so through slightly different mechanisms and compounds. Let's talk about something sweet, but potentially not so sweet for your health: sugar and refined carbs. Now, we all love a good pancake or a warm buttery croissant in the morning, right? But these foods, which are high in sugar and refined carbs, could be increasing your risk of mouth cancer. Refined carbs are carbohydrates that have been processed to remove bran and germ, the parts of the grain that contain fiber and nutrients. This process also removes much of the grain's fiber, resulting in a product that's high in calories but low in nutritional value. When we consume these foods, our body breaks them down into simple sugars, which are absorbed into our bloodstream. This can lead to a spike in our blood sugar levels and cause our body to produce more insulin, a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels. Over time, frequent spikes in blood sugar and insulin can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where our cells become less responsive to insulin. This can lead to higher levels of insulin in our blood, which has been linked to an increased risk of certain types of cancer, including mouth cancer. Moreover, diets high in sugar and refined carbs can lead to weight gain and obesity. Obesity is a known risk factor for many types of cancer, including mouth cancer. So, the next time you're craving that sugary cereal or white bread for breakfast, remember your body deserves better. Last but certainly not least, we have alcohol. Now, you might be thinking, who drinks alcohol for breakfast? But you'd be surprised how common it is to have a mimosa at brunch or a Bloody Mary at a breakfast meeting. Alcohol is a known carcinogen, and its consumption has been linked to several types of cancer, including mouth cancer. When we consume alcohol, it's metabolized into a toxic chemical called acetaldehyde, which can damage our DNA and proteins, leading to cancer. Alcohol can irritate and damage cells in your mouth and throat, which can make it easier for them to absorb the harmful chemicals from tobacco. This is why the combination of drinking and smoking is particularly harmful. Even moderate drinking can increase your risk of mouth cancer. According to the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, a standard alcoholic drink in the United States contains 14 grams of pure alcohol. This is found in 12 ounces of beer, 8 to 10 ounces of malt liquor, 5 ounces of wine, or 1 ounce or a shot of 80-proof distilled spirits. Now that we've uncovered the breakfast foods that could be putting you at risk, let's shift our focus to prevention. After all, knowledge is power, and with the right choices, we can reduce our risk of mouth cancer. Instead of reaching for bacon or sausages, why not try some lean proteins like turkey or chicken? You could also opt for plant-based proteins like tofu or tempeh. They're just as delicious and much healthier for you. Swap out those hash browns for a side of fresh fruits or vegetables. Not only are they packed with vitamins and minerals, but they also contain antioxidants that can help protect against cancer. Try to avoid charring your food. Instead, opt for gentler cooking methods like steaming or boiling. And remember, variety is the spice of life. Don't be afraid to experiment with different foods and cooking methods. Choose whole grains over refined ones. They're higher in fiber and can help regulate your blood sugar levels. Also, try to limit your intake of sugary foods and drinks. If you do drink, do so in moderation. The American Cancer Society recommends no more than 2 drinks per day for men and 1 drink per day for women. Remember, these are just guidelines. Everyone is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. Always consult with a healthcare professional before making any major changes to your diet. Well, there you have it, folks. We've taken a deep dive into the world of breakfast foods and their potential link to mouth cancer. It's been a journey of discovery, from the sizzling allure of processed meats to the sweet temptation of refined carbs. But remember, it's not about fear. It's about awareness and making informed choices. Our health is in our hands, and every small change we make can have a big impact. So let's choose wisely. Let's choose health. Thank you for joining us on this journey today. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your loved ones. Let's spread the word and make a difference together.